Okay, this is an overview of the salivary gland specimen in Module 1 Biolucid Lab collection. And this happens to be the submandibular gland. There are three major salivary glands in the body, and we're using this one for you to see examples of mucus cells, serous cells, and some large ducts lined with simple or stratified columnar or stratified cuboidal epithelium, and small ducts lined with simple columnar and maybe even simple cuboidal. As you look at the pattern here, you see the denser areas is the glandular epithelial tissue, and the lighter areas would contain ducts and larger ducts and blood vessels, all surrounded by loose connective tissue. So let's zoom in on the ducts first and get rid of the annotations here. And you see here we have a large duct surrounded by loose connective tissue. You see the thin fibers and the paucity of fibroblasts and other cell types. And if you look at the duct, you can see that there are at least two layers of nuclei, and sometimes you have a really good section here, columnar, and then some smaller cells underneath. So this would be stratified columnar epithelium. Over here is a blood vessel containing red blood cells. And again, the lining of that is simple squamous epithelium, and then the red eosinophilic or acidophilic wall is composed of smooth muscle cells. So now go over and look at the glandular tissue. Here, the denser areas here are the glandular epithelial cells, serous and mucus, and in between is loose connective tissue. So let's take a look here. Here are some ducts. Like this is simple columnar lined ducts, smaller ducts that will collect the secretions from the mucus and the serous cells that are in this gland. These are mucus cells and covered with a cap of serous cells. This is known as a serostimulum that you learned in the lecture in the WebMic lab. There's another mucus cells here. You see it's full of flocculent material that doesn't stain very much because it's when the tissue was run through preparation, the water washed out most of the mucus because it's water soluble, and you just see the framework of the protein that was here. But then in the serous cells, it's not water soluble, and so the protein here, which is kind of reddish with the nuclei at the base, are the serous cells. So these are glandular epithelial cells. Now here's a very tiny duct. And this is this looks like simple cuboidal epithelium lining these ducts here. Okay, so again, use this specimen to practice your recognizing the features of serous cells, mucus cells, and various ducts of different size lined with different epithelium, and the blood vessels lined with the simple squamous epithelium. So that is the end of this particular specimen.